We're sorting the frame out, going to do some repairs on the frame. We're going to make a clutch cable. I'll show you how to make a clutch cable. And we've got to mount a few, got to mount the CDI, got to mount the coil, got to sort the airbox in, and we've got to sort the chain out, put some chain adjusters on it. So plenty to do, and then test ride time. So hopefully Rory's going to be the first one to ride it. He's on the camera at the moment. He's the camera boy. Righto, Rory, let's go for it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Alright, when I fitted the motor, I just had to hack the frame to bits. So we're just gonna, I've just made this here, just giving a little bit of clearance through there. So I'm just gonna put some dowels in it. The same outside diameter, the inside diameter is different. So I'll just chuck them in the lathe. Just lathe that a little. I'll drill a hole first, and I'll just put a little bit of weld on there, and tack welded it there and there. Done it on the underside, so you can't see it. Just tap that in, see if I can flex it in, and we'll run around, weld around it, give it a grind. You never know. So just coming up is me doing the clutch. I ramble on quite a lot, but there's some cool little tricks and techniques and stuff. So I've tried to put it all in. I didn't want to miss anything out, so it goes on for a little bit, but it's well worth watching. Right, I'm going to make clutch cable, because I could probably just go and buy a cheap one, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to build one because I've got some of this and some of this, so I can make a custom made one, because I wouldn't know what one to buy to what would fit it. So this bit here, I've just when I throw a cable away, I keep the little ends and rubbers and bits and pieces. So all these are all our connections and that we know to solder on the ends and the little end caps. Here I'm just gonna, I did have one of them, but I just throw it away, so I'm gonna spin one up in the lathe. So right, I'll show you how to do it. It's been crimped already, so what we're going to do is we're going to measure this 7mm drill bit. We're just going to run it up the guts. Alright, drilled the hole, that plugs in there like that. Right, next step, we get our dot punch. You can put a little bit of glue on that if you really wanted to, but you shouldn't really need to, because, and all we're going to do is give it a couple of dot punches around. I haven't got any proper crimpers. That's all I need. It's not coming out of there. Don't dot punch it too hard, because you squash it. Just a little bit. Right, on with the other end. Alright, so you just run the cable where you want to put it. So it's going to go down there. Leave a little bit of slack. You want to make sure your handlebars can turn left and right, so it doesn't tighten up either. So we'll just cut that off there. Just look at our cut at the end. It's actually not too bad. It's got a plastic lining in this one, so just got to make sure it's nice and tidy. Just give that a tidy up in the grinder. Then I'm going to make that other end. Right, this end, I'm thinking about just welding this nut onto there, and then that screws in. The adjuster just screws into it. It's nice and simple. The only thing is I've got to take this lever off. I've got to drill it this way because I haven't got enough room to drill it that way. It's the bar's in the way. So lever off. Alright, so when I'm welding, I like to hold things in place. So what I've done is put that flat edge there, because I'll put the little disc grinder through there. Finished welding it. So I'll weld it up and just grind a little slot on it so the cable goes through. So we'll just give that a weld up now. Tied yet?
No.
See if you can jump on the boat. Just don't put a hole in it. Hot, 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 hot. Should have gloves on. Beautiful. That makes it a bit easier. One end cap. He's not tied yet, is he? Let's pop that on there. I'll just dot punch that on. So when I set this adjuster up, I set it up in the middle. So I've got a bit of adjustment both ways. I need to pick the right end bit for him. So what we'll do is we'll put the cable through. I like to just drill out the little V in the back there. I'll show you what I mean. So we'll just pop that onto there. Right now, this is the most important bit. Is we'll just grab it and we'll just kink our line over. Just give it a wee kink like that. And that goes into there. Right, and then we'll just use a bit of solder. Always put a little bit of acid on it. It's really hard to solder dirty cables, so sometimes you've got to acid them and then wire brush them, and acid them and wire brush them. But new cable's pretty good. Well, I'm just going to use a little torch for this. Well, I was going to use this, but someone's been playing with it. It was left on, and the kids get in there. Right, I have to go soldering on. Okay. Right, just about up to temperature. Got to get a bit of heat in it. My torch would have been a lot easier. There we go, and we just want it to just starting to come out the bottom. Just feed it in there, it's at the bottom now. Then we just grab it and then we'll just flip it upside down. Maybe put a little bit of heat in it. Yep. And if you got some water to dunk it in it. We'll leave a nice rounded bottom. And you just give that a wire buff, tidy it up. How's that look? Good on the top. Good on the bottom. Sweet, all done. Let's get it in. Alright, so this is probably the most hardest bit. So we've got that all adjusted up there. We've got the lever. Right, we're just going to cut that there. You can get a little black marker and mark that. You can just educate a guess. Right, this one's the right size, but see how it sticks out the end there? I've got to cut that off because it's not going to fit in the bracket. When I ordered these, I like the T section ones, and then you fold the cable over both sides. I'll show you a picture of one. I'll link it just up above. So I'm just going to cut that little piece off, that little knob sticking out, and just have it, there's the cable running through. So I'll just do that now. So it's just sitting in there flush. Right, make sure you put your little end cable on first, don't leave that out. We'll just chuck some solder on it. Goes right through, make sure it goes right through. Yep, it's good, all done. One cable finished. Sweet. Right, leave her on. A little bit of grease. This is quite a problem I'm going to run with this bike. Is this lever is made for a small clutch. So I'll show you a wee trick to get a little bit more clutch action out of it. Let's zip this up first. This is it's a bit of a hit and a miss thing, this little trick. I'm sure a lot of people have done it before. See, we've only got a small range from there to there. So what you do is just get it and just give it a wee tweak. But just warning you, it can break. Just hitting. So this is where I've got to be careful. You can put a spanner on it, but I just rather than use your hand. Spanners kink it over it. Yeah, that went quite a bit then. That's better. Try and get it bottoming out if you can. Yeah, so some of the aftermarket ones are really poppy and horrible. Right, cool. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Hopefully you got some little tips out of it. If there's anything you want to know about motorbikes, dirt bikes, and especially four-wheelers, just leave in the comments, because I've had a 20 odd years experience with them. So I'm pretty new to this videoing, so I'm still learning as I go, and so hopefully I'll tidy it up a bit. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button and put the bells on, helps me out, and hopefully I can get monetized one of these days. It'd be nice. Cool, thank you.